No,
I
I
got
got you. I
I got
got you.
so confused
No,
when you
it's okay. I got you. I got you. Don't worry. I got all the questions. You just got to talk to me. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna start the timer now. All right, Ahmed. I guess the first question I might want to ask for you as a Muslim is, are you a Sunni or are you Shia or are you of another branch of Islam?
I'm a Sunni Muslim
A
actually.
Sunni, a Sunni, and so you were born and raised Sunni.
Yeah, also in Egypt, most of the Muslims are Sunni. You will
Mm-hmm.
find that the other diversities in the other Islamic countries rather than Egypt. But the majority of Muslims in Egypt are Sunni only.
Ah, okay, I understand. So, this is something that we've talked a little bit about before. We were starting the interview. What do you want others to know about your religion that live outside the Muslim world? So maybe, what do you want people who don't live in the Middle East, to maybe who live in Europe or the USA, like what do you want them to know about Islam and Muslims? Like what would be the
I
most
just
important thing?
The most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just want other people to know or to read more about the beliefs, customs, and the traditions of Islam because many accidents recently in the world are kind of people try to, to relate them to Islam so far.
Mm-hmm.
So people should read about the religion before accusing the religion of killing others or something
Ah,
due
okay.
to some beliefs like al jihad or something.
Mm. Okay, so you're referring to things like terrorism and things, like ISIS or Al Qaeda or any kind of terrorism that people do in the name of Islam. Like you're saying that that's not really Islam, and that you want people in the West to learn more about the religion to see what it really is.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly,
I got
exactly.
you. I understand. Okay, well, actually, we were just talking. You brought up the word jihad. What does the word jihad mean to you? Because I think that a lot of people in the West, they hear that word, they think of like holy war, like the Muslims are gonna come and like take over the infidels' land and impose Sharia. So like, obviously, it seems you believe that's not what the word means. So what does the word jihad mean to you?
As a Muslim, jihad means to me that you just need to exert an effort to get rid of all your spiritual desires, and you just need to jihad basically means a struggle or effort.
Hmm. Okay, so so obviously maybe jihad could be used in the sense of a war, like if Muslims are being persecuted, like to defend the Muslims. But you could also use jihad to like you could declare a jihad on some kind of sin you're having a problem with to try to fight the sin. Is that right?
Yeah, jihad
Okay.
in the West means a huge problem
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
But for most or majority of Muslims, jihad means to us that you need to get rid of all your desires by exerting much effort.
Okay, I understand. I understand. So, would you say you're a fairly strong believer in Islam? Are you very religious or just kind of religious?
No, I'm a kind of religious
Kind
to
of.
be honest.
Okay. Okay. So, it's not something you think about every day, but you have a strong Muslim I identity, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, okay. Do you believe that Islam provides a moral guide for how someone should live their life? Or allow me to rephrase it. Do you think Islam provides a very good moral guide on how to live your life?
To live like your daily life.
Yeah, so like do you think Islam promotes good morality in people? Like do you think Islam, if people were to follow the religion faithfully, it will lead them to do good things? Like do Muslims have good morals?
Yeah, I think if you follow the religion,
Mm-hmm.
you will noticeably see a good, or you can implant a good and cultivate a very good and excellent morals in your personality.
No, okay, okay. Now, how exactly do you pray in Islam? I know there's like prayer 5 times a day in the direction of Mecca, but is there something I'm missing exactly?
Um, like we have 5 prayers per day,
Yeah.
in exactly in the direction of Al Kaaba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I don't know what do you mean by the question exactly?
So like, is there like okay? So you say you're a Sunni. Is there a certain way a Sunni might pray that might be different than a Shia, or do all Muslims basically pray the same way? Like they all pray in the direction of Mecca, like on the ground with their face on the ground.
No, mostly we have a common things in the religion,
Mm-hmm.
but the main difference between Sunni and Shia that Shia people generally have a very strong are a strong believers in Amr ibn al-As.
What is that?
He Amr ibn al-As is a person who is uh, like a friend to our prophet.
Ah, are you talking about like the disagreement as to who should have been like the next caliph after Muhammad died? Like one believes Abu Bakr should have been the caliph, and then the other side believes somebody else should have been the caliph, right?
He is the Arab commander who opens Egypt, if you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm not entirely sure. You'll have to tell me.
um,
What's his name?
okay. Okay, his name is Amr ibn al-As.
Oh, okay. Okay. The guy you were just talking about. Okay, I understand.
You understand him, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So the Sunnis see him as a very important figure, and the Shias don't.
You can inverse the sentence because the Shia he is the one who believes more than normal in Amr ibn al-As.
Ah, okay. So the Shia Muslims have see him as a very important figure, and the Sunnis don't see him as an important figure. Or maybe he's important,
Yeah,
but not as important as the Shias see him as.
exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
okay. Well, what about the whole what I was talking about earlier? The whole debate between who should have been the next caliph. Like, as a Sunni, don't the Sunnis believe that Abu Bakr was the rightful person to be caliph after Muhammad died? Right.
Not necessarily, but Abu Bakr is for us is a very important person,
Mm-hmm.
because he was very close to the Prophet.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Um, let's see here. What would be another? Okay. So, what books does your religion see as special? I know you have the Quran. That's like the big holy book. But are there other
Yeah.
books that are maybe below the Quran that Muslims see as very important to the faith that they could study and learn from?
Maybe you can read also the Prophet messages from the people you can trust, like Al-Bukhari. Have you heard about Al-Bukhari?
Oh, yeah. That's the Hadith, right? Like the stories of the Prophet, the Hadith, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so the hadith are also seen as, valuable books that you can learn from.
But
go ahead.
you can get Al Hadith only from the trusted people like Al Bukhari or
Mm, okay, I see. So, there's only certain authors of hadith that Muslims believe are completely authentic, correct? Like who you were just talking about. There's only certain hadith authors that Muslims see as like authentic, that are reliable, can be trusted, correct?
exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
I understand. Now, Okay, yeah, here's an interesting question. I don't think I've ever asked you this, even in our own personal conversations. Have you ever been on Hajj?
No, no, I'm only 22, so
Oh, okay. Well, you never know. You never know. Some
yeah.
people, it's just a little bit different. I mean, I've heard stories of some people, um,
It,
I heard
if
some.
my grandma can speak English really, I will try to to let her describing Al-Hajj for you, but she cannot.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, no, it's just I know some people they go when they're younger with their parents. Some people that they don't go till they're much older. So I didn't know what your personal experience was. Do you plan to go one day if you ever have the money?
Yeah, but people if you are from a different country rather than the Middle East, Al-Hajj will be easier for you and it costs uh more lower or much
Mm-hmm.
lower
Mm-hmm.
than the Arab.
Are you
But
say? Are you, mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
it costs very too much money if you are one of the Arab. I don't know what the reason for that.
Is it because of like economy, like where Europeans make more money, and a European Muslim would have an easier time getting the money to go on Hajj than somebody in Egypt or Jordan, for example? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, I understand. I understand. Now, okay, here's something I don't know a whole lot about that I want to ask you about. Where do you think you will go after you die? Like, I assume you see yourself as a good Muslim, you know. So when you die, or when any other good Muslim dies, where do you think you go? I think the place is called like Jannah, but that's all I know. I don't know anything else about what happens in Jannah.
Um, okay. It depends on your behaviors and actions on
Mm-hmm.
our life.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because
Okay. So do you mean like if you do more good works in your life on Earth, you will have more reward in heaven?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay. And okay, so is Jannah like a place where you'll be able to meet like all of your family members and friends that have died, and you'll get to see all your ancestors in heaven, or Jannah, whatever you want to call it? Like, is that a place where you get to go see everybody again?
Not the Muslims generally will go to Al Jannah because if you are a Muslim and you did something wrong, the God for us is called Allah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Allah will like you will not suffer a very permanently punished to hell, but you're gonna like temporarily go to hell.
Okay, so if you're a Muslim but you didn't live the best life, there's like a place like there's a place you go to suffer for a little bit before you can go to Jannah. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly,
Okay, so
exactly.
so it's almost like Catholic purgatory. It's like a place you have to go to suffer before you get to go to the heaven.
Yes,
Okay,
for only your bad behaviors.
okay, I got you. I got you. So, well, okay. Once you make it to Jannah, will you be able to see all the other Muslims that have made it there? Like all the Muslims will be in one place in Jannah where you can see everybody again.
No, we because Al Jannah has almost 7 or 8 gates. I cannot remember exactly,
Oh,
but
okay.
every you can enter every gate by a specific good moral or behavior.
Oh, okay. Okay. I understand. I understand. So you might not see every Muslim, but you'll still see other Muslims, that have went through the same gates as you. Correct?
Exactly.
I understand. Okay. So let's talk about the other place. Where do you think non-Muslims go when they die? Like, what's the Muslim concept of hell? I'm not
It's a
sure
very
the word.
embarrassing question.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just curious. I think there's a place called like Jahannaman or something like that. I'm not sure.
It's Jahannam is the
Jahannam.
hell.
Okay, okay. And is that where the non-Muslims go when they die?
Um, we think that non-Muslims who don't believe in Allah, that He is the only God, um, will go to Jahannam or the hell.
Okay.
Because I cannot really judge non-Muslims for their choices or preferences, but I tell you what I think as a Muslim, really. Sorry about
I
that.
mean, no, well, no, you don't have to be sorry. I mean, I'm just looking for your honest answer. That's pretty that's interesting. So, so when you say people who don't believe in the one God, well, what exactly do you mean by that? Because I know that the Christians and the Jews and the Muslims all say they believe in the God of Abraham. So are you saying that like only Muslims who say like there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his prophet, they are the only people who can get to Jannah, or do Jews and Christians have a chance to go there, since
It
since that they still believe in the one God of Abraham? If they live a good enough life, is there a chance that they can go to paradise or no?
It's not the matter of believing in the Prophet Muhammad or not,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more importantly the matter of believing that Allah is the only God of this world. Because
Okay.
I read more about the Christianity, and they believe that in almost the three gods, right? Jesus and two others, the
Yeah.
Son.
Well. Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Yeah, the sun or something. I'm not sure about this.
Honest, it's a particularly strange concept. Here, I'll make a note of that, and after the interview, I'll talk. We can talk a little more about that, but I don't want to get sidetracked. But
Okay.
okay, so you said that Christians believe in three gods. Well, what about Jews? The Jews believe in just the one God of Abraham. So if a Jew lives a good moral life and they say they believe in the one God of Abraham, do they have the chance to go to Jannah? Or is it for Muslims only? Because Jews only have one God.
I talked only about the Muslims' opinions, but I
Okay.
cannot judge others about like I cannot say that this person can go to Al Jannah and this person can go to Jahannam.
Okay. So you're saying it's not you don't feel like you can say whether or not Jews could possibly go to Jannah, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
yeah.
I understand. Um. Okay. So we talked a little bit about this, but how do you feel about other religions? I mean, I assume as a Muslim you believe Islam is the one true religion, but how do you think Muslims should interact with people from other religions?
I think that Muslims should treat others like very good to show how Islam is a tolerant and peaceful religion,
Mm-hmm.
and to influence on others also, because if I treat non-Muslims or I think if I treat non-Muslims in a very good way. Um, you will change their opinions if they also have a bad experience about their religion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting, and yeah, no, I think that's a really good and very productive answer. I like that. Um, so obviously Mecca and Medina are like the two holiest cities in Islam, but are there other cities outside of Arabia, maybe, that Muslims see as holy? Like, is there another city in the Middle East? Is Jerusalem holy, or is Cairo holy?
Like Jerusalem is holy because of Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Okay. Now, okay. So why is I mean, there's mosques all over the Muslim world. Why is Al Aqsa holy? Like, why is Al Aqsa seen as a very important mosque, just like the Grand Mosque in Medina, or no, it was the Prophet's Mosque, whatever it's called. Like, well, why is Al Aqsa a particularly holy mosque?
Because in the beginning of the religion,
Mm-hmm.
they pray in the direction of Al-Aqsa Mosque instead of the
I see.
Al-Kaaba.
Okay, so the early Muslims prayed in the direction of Jerusalem.
Exactly, in the
Okay.
direction of Al-Aqsa, more specifically.
I see. I see. Okay. And then at some point later on, like, did Muhammad get like another revelation that said to change the direction to Mecca? Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have a very strong information.
Well, I've studied the religion a little bit, so yeah, I know a little bit about it, but I don't know everything. Trust me.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I knew that there was. I knew that like Jerusalem was where he like didn't he like ride a horse through the clouds to go to Jerusalem like one night, Muhammad, or something like that. Like he rode some kind of horse to Jerusalem, and like he went to Al-Aqsa, right? Does that sound right?
Do you mean Al-Isra wal Mi'raj journey?
Yes, yes, that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, his night journey to Jerusalem.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, I understand. Okay, so this might be a bit of a controversial question, but I feel like since me and you are personal friends, I could probably I feel like I can ask you this safely. So to get to Jerusalem, we know that Al-Aqsa is sitting on the Temple Mount as well as the Dome of the Rock. And
Mm-hmm.
if some people who have studied Islam and Judaism, surely they know this that the Jews also claim that same area as a holy site. Like the Jews see the Temple Mount like that's where their temple used to be, where they used to make their sacrifices to God. I don't know if you think the Jews and the Muslims believe in the same God. I assume you do, based on what we've talked about before. But so, as a Muslim, what do you think is a good way to approach the issue of Muslims and Jews both claiming the exact same spot in the exact same city as like a holy ground? Like, like
Um,
as a Muslim, do you have a hope that there could be a compromise or something, or do you think that no, this should strictly be a Muslim site, or yes, we can share it? Like, well, what's your personal opinion on that?
um, Personally, I think that the Jews claiming that this is a holy land.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but for me, if because you ask a Muslim, it's a kind of claims, and the Jews, I think that they should leave the land.
Oh, so are you talking about just Jerusalem, or they should leave Palestine altogether?
I mean the Jews should leave the Palestine, not only the
Oh, okay, I
Jerusalem.
see, I see. Now, um, okay, so in your opinion, do you think Palestine at all is a holy land to Jews, or do you think it's really just like a Muslim land for you? Which it's
For
like
me, it's
no, go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
um. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I'm just curious about your
Uh,
opinion. Like, I'm not here to judge you because I don't know what your background or your knowledge or your experience with this whole issue is. I'm just curious about like what you think based off what you know. I'm not here to like judge you. This is just
y-
an interview.
yeah, sure. Because like if you ask the Jews about their opinions, they will say that this is a holy land for us, and Muslims should leave the land. But you
Ah.
ask me as a Muslim, and I have the same opinion about this.
Oh, so you're saying that since the Jews, like in your experience, since you've seen Jews say this is our land, you need to leave. As a Muslim, you feel offended, so you're gonna say that this is our land and you should leave. Correct?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
also got offended when I see that the Jews try to enter the Al-Aqsa Mosque
Ah, okay,
because
okay.
you know it's a holy place also.
Okay, well, as a Muslim, like, do you believe in any sort of peace in the future? Like, do you think there's any possible way to have peace that doesn't involve the Jews leaving Palestine? Like, do you think there could ever come a day where both sides could cooperate, or do you see that as basically impossible?
Yeah, maybe one day.
Maybe one
And of
day.
course, I want the peace.
Okay. 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 So, yeah. So even though uh, things don't look very good right now, and both sides kind of hate each other, at least a lot of people on both sides hate each other. You still have a hope for peace. Like you're open to the idea of some kind of solution that would bring peace to Jerusalem and to the whole
Yeah,
area. Okay, I
yeah,
understand.
sure.
I understand. Okay, so here's another. So to ask something a little less controversial, I guess. Yeah, oh, yeah, it's definitely less controversial. Um, what what are like some symbols in Islam that are important to you? The only symbol that I can think of off the top of my head is the crescent moon. But is that symbol important to you, or are there any other symbols in Islam that are really important to you personally?
The crescent moon.
Yes, yeah, the crescent moon. Like the symbol of Islam, the moon and the star.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, I
Yeah.
understand. I
Yes.
understand. The crescent moon is a kind of, you can say, like the uh the sample of the Christianity. I cannot say it in English really because I know it in Arabic only.
Oh wait. Are you saying the crescent moon is also a symbol in Christianity?
No, I'm saying it's like the sample of
Oh, okay. So
Christianity.
it's like the crescent moon to Muslims is like the cross to the Christians. Like it's the
Yeah,
main symbol. Okay, I
yeah,
understand.
exactly.
Well, what I was asking before, are there any other important symbols in Islam that are really important to you personally?
We don't strictly or strongly believe in the samples, but
Mm-hmm.
we believe only in the places like Al Aqsa Mosque, like
Mm.
the mosques of Al Medina, and also the Al Kaaba.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the places that we strictly believe in,
I
instead of
see.
the samples, I mean.
I see. Okay. Now to follow up on to talk more about symbols, if you go into a Christian church, especially in like a Catholic church or an Orthodox church or a Coptic church, there's a lot of paintings and statues and symbols and all that stuff. But if you go to like a Muslim mosque or an Islamic center, you don't see any pictures of anybody. There's no paintings of any of the prophets or any of the leaders really. I mean, they look awfully pretty. There's a lot of color and a lot of writing in Arabic sometimes, but there's no images of anybody in Islam. Any historical figure, not just the prophet. So why is it in Islam, at least in your opinion, like why is there a lack of iconography? I don't know how you say that. Like, why are there no icons in a Muslim mosque? Like, why is it when I walk into a mosque, I don't see a statue of like Muhammad or Jesus or Abraham or Ishmael or somebody like that? Why is that?
I'm not really a religious person or al-sheikh in Islam, but I think that drawing the prophet is kind of taboo.
Ah, okay. So you're saying you're not super religious, but from your understanding, from what you know, it's taboo to have any kind of drawing that shows the prophet's face, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and do you think that maybe since you can't draw the prophet, the Muslims in general have tried to avoid drawing anybody from in Islam, like any of the prophets, like Jesus or Abraham?
Um, I don't think so, but I'm really sure about only the representation of the God or Allah is forbidden in our religion. This is
Ah,
what I'm
okay.
sure about.
Okay, so the only thing that you feel like you can say for sure is that you cannot draw the prophet, you cannot draw God or Allah, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I understand. I understand. Now, so okay, you made a comment just a minute ago how you said you're not religious. What does that mean? Like you're not very religious? Like you still believe in Islam, but you don't like you don't you're not very extreme about it. Like it's not like something that your whole life revolves around. Like you're not always doing prayers and things like that. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like the most religious possible, and one being an atheist. How religious are you?
Personally, I think 6 or 7.
6 or 7. So you believe in
Yeah.
Islam, but it's not you don't take it as seriously as maybe an imam would probably.
Like, I'm not praying all the time
Ah,
or
okay, I understand. So Islam for you has been more of a cultural thing in a sense. Like you believe in the religion, but it's almost like part of your cultural identity as an Egyptian too, maybe.
exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
I
Kind of.
understand. I understand. All right. Okay. Well, it looks like we've gotten to the 30-minute mark. Let's see. Is there anything else really important I wanted to ask you? Um. Well,
Yeah,
not
sure.
particularly. So I'll ask you one more thing. So we talked a little bit about this at the beginning of the interview, but I wanted to end the interview with this as well. Like for anybody who gets a chance to listen to this interview, like what would be something else about Islam, like you'd want them to know? Like imagine someone's like listening to this interview and they know nothing about Islam. What's the one important thing you want them to know?
I can say as a Muslim that Islam is a tolerant and peaceful religion, and all the people of this world, I want them to be Muslim or something. But more importantly, that I want people to learn how to read about the religions.
Okay.
Personally, I read about Christianity and other religions to be open-minded also for the other cultures and religions of this world, because I'm not living alone in this world.
Right.
So I strongly encourage people to read about the religion of Islam,
Mm-hmm.
and to get the good behaviors and morals from this religion.
Okay. So you would say that even if you're not a Muslim, there's a lot of good that you can see in Islam and you can learn from it.
Yeah, exactly. I can
Okay.
learn also other things from Christianity or other religions,
Oh,
Hindu
okay.
or something.
I see. Okay, interesting. Well, yeah, I think that is a very good message because the more we learn about each other's beliefs, the more we can understand each other and the better we can get along. All
Exactly.
right. Well, Ahmed, this was a very good interview. Thank you for giving me your time.
Thank
Um,
you so
yeah,
much.
it's been great. Appreciate it.